to yet another episode of Yet Another Beer Show. As always, I'm Colin, but you may not recognize Chris, who's new to East Coast episodes of Yet Another Beer Show. How you doing, Chris?
Good, Colin. How are you?
And Chris today brought in a selection for us to try, and it's the Yards Brewing Company Brawler. And it's a pugilist style ale, which probably means something.
Yeah, and this is my fault for being totally unprepared on it. That I just saw that two people were fighting, and I'd never seen a brawler, so that's what we picked up.
Actually, it's a pretty interesting label. It's a dude who's fighting. He's like traditionally like,
yeah. He's ready to box a kangaroo pretty good.
Yeah,
so he's fighting the devil.
He's fighting the devil. So it's this could fit right well into one of our awesome label episodes. But we don't know much about this because we don't know what a pugilist style ale is. Yeah,
and that's my fault. I should have looked. I wanted to read up on that, and I picked this beer specifically because it was a pugilist style ale, and I'd never heard of that. So,
but with some research that we've done, it's a mild English. Is that true?
Yeah, it's a dark, mild English ale, and it looks like for the pour, it has a really nice, amber color to it. It's clearly a dark English ale.
This is like the traditional color I expect like great beers to be. Like this is my favorite color.
Yeah. So it has, from what I would say, it only has 4.2% alcohol. Yeah, there's a really healthy head to it, which you don't see a lot in. Like if you pour a Miller Lite, the head goes down like right away.
Right, and so it's interesting. Like if you do a little bit of a swirl here, there's kind of a light tracing. So there's definitely sediments and things like that in there, and it's good color.
Yeah, it has a good. It's like it almost smells like toffee or like a caramel or a toffee type smell to it.
Kind of like an old candy, like an old style candy shop smell.
Werther's.
Werther's original. But yeah, I'm interested to get a taste.
All right, cheers.
I don't know what a pugilist style ale is, but this one's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say they just coined that phrase just so people are buy it. But
let's put some boxers on there.
No, it's really smooth. It seems like based on just looking at the label and the section in the store that I bought it, that it's meant to be a high drinkability beer, and like it's something you could stick with all night if you really wanted to, and I definitely think they accomplished that. And
yeah, I think the interesting thing about it is a lot of times when you create like a high drinkability beer, you sacrifice color, you sacrifice some flavor for that. But this isn't really doing it. It has a good like full flavor, not too strong, not overwhelming, but
no, and for I guess if we're thinking of something that it's similar to in terms of a finish, it's a very smooth finish where it's just done. It's very much like a Newcastle or other like almost a Boddington's, like an English pub ale where when you drink it you have the flavor of the beer and then it's gone and it cuts out.
It's interesting. I think so. The Yards Brewing Company, they're based out of Philadelphia. And it sounds like what they're trying to do here is just they probably looked at these beers that are popular, like Newcastle, Boddington's, etc., and they said, let's try and make something like that. And I think they succeeded.
No, I don't. Since it's the first time I've tried it, I wouldn't say that it's something that I would drink all night if we were just out at the bar all night. But if I had 2 or 3 or 4 in a row, then I don't think I'd be upset about it at all.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's a good flavor, but it's not what I would say is an original flavor. It's not something that I would go to and say, try this. This is really unique. But maybe I've had a few weird beers. We've tasted some interesting beers on the show before. Maybe we've had one of those, and then I come back to something that's kind of an old standby, and this could be that beer.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely one that if you were out adventurously trying new beers at like a microbrew or a different pub, and you tried something you didn't like, and you said, I just want to get something good flavored in my mouth, and I would certainly say get a Brawler Pugilist.
But it's really good. I think it sounds like probably not either one of our favorite beers, but definitely would recommend it. If it was around, I'd certainly give it a try.
Absolutely.
And it's something you can go to anytime.
Yeah, no, I'd say this would be a beer that I would certainly have again.
It seems like it might be more of an autumnal type of beer, but it's refreshing enough that you drink this after a hard day of yard work or something like that. You'd enjoy it.
No, I'd say it probably has a lot of versatility in that respect that if you wanted to try and get really fancy and pair it with a certain type of meal, like there's probably some really good things you could have, like bangers and mash or whatever. Whatever nonsense you want to have from England.
Right.
But it's you could have
whatever that English
one of those
food is.
English
You can
people
jazz up any bland English food with Brawler.
But you know, you could pair it with food because it has a nice, you know, wide palate taste to it. But on the same token, if you just wanted to have a quick beer after doing yard work or something, it would be more than acceptable, I think.
It's a great, probably not great, but it's good, and certainly would go to it again. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. That's Chris.
That's Colin. And
we were Yet Another Beer Show. Check us out at yetanotherbiershow.com and all those places you probably already are watching us on. Cheers.
Cheers. You'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Carbonated.
Yeah, it had like as much carbonation as a flat soda, but it